a perfect outcome to all things. Here's a sure, yeah, perfect outcome to all things is a sure. Yeah, I'm getting stronger every day because my faith leads the way. A perfect outcome to all things is assured. In every situation, there's a blessing somewhere. Come gather, brothers and sisters, and we'll see that it is there. I need you. You need me. Yes, you do. And that's how our happiness is guaranteed. Take it, boys.
Day. And now, in all your doings, be you blessed. Through you is ushered in a world unseen, unheard, yet truly there. Holy are you, and in your light, the world reflects your holiness. For you are not alone and friendless. I give thanks for you and join your efforts on behalf of God, knowing that they are on my behalf as well, and for all those who walk to God with us.
Sing it with me. A perfect outcome to all things is assured. A perfect outcome to all things is assured. I'm getting stronger every day because my faith leads the way. A perfect outcome to all things is assured. A perfect outcome.
You ready?
To all things, yeah, is assured.
Wee doggy!
And there we are.
Just for Jacqueline.
I know. There we are. How is everybody? I know it's already.
It's already dark over
Dark.
here in Brooklyn.
It's dark, and if you hear there's a storm rolling in. So
okay.
if halfway through the night, the windows rattle over here, it's because there's a storm coming in.
How interesting.
I know.
Well, this is our first day of time change.
And
so
we're back in New York.
We're in New York.
course.
Yes, of course. Here we are.
The lovely adventures we have in Vermont, where we watch the world like turn, right?
Yeah, next time we're going to have to do something different. We'll probably have to broadcast from the car
Directly
next
from
time,
the car. I know.
because it's going to be really super dark.
I know.
But
We have to pull an Anne Blanchard and do our whole program from the car. I love it when she does that.
I love it when she's in the car. It's so awesome. And I noticed today, well, first of all, I want to thank Reverend Susan Thetford for
Right.
an amazing homily. And Namaste, No Mistake has been on my mind all
I've been saying
day.
that all day. It's been very good.
Oh,
And
and
we're-
yeah,
Connie-
Connie and
Oh, I
Ellen
know.
are here. So that brings to my attention. So I think I saw on Facebook some pictures
I think we did.
of Ellen's birthday. Is that right, Connie?
I think.
Is that right? You're not sure.
I think those were pictures of my son's birthday from last night.
Oh,
Okay.
yes. Okay, I wasn't sure.
I didn't. Yeah.
wasn't sure.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Perfect. Okay. Well, happy birthday to your son.
Thank
It
you.
looked like everybody was having a joyous, joyous time.
We had a great time. Thank you.
Yeah, it looked like you did. It looked like it
He
was,
was
a lot of fun.
40, which is near impossible given I'm only 41. But you know,
I know. I was gonna say that is the miracle. We come in here we express the miracles in our lives. You know.
Oh,
I know.
goodness. It's amazing.
It's very true.
Oh, God. Well, I love to see people celebrating each other, so that was lovely. And, I also wanted to point out how beautiful Virginia Allen's chanting was.
No.
I loved it so much. And I sent her a message saying, would she be on the program, because I would love, on the Sounds of Awakening program, because I would love for her to
So
share
anybody
some
has
more
some
of that.
influence.
Well, yeah, if anybody has her email, please send it to me. I do want to contact her and see if she'd be interested, because it was just wonderful. So
we do that too.
Yeah.
We have a mantra practice and everything like
do.
that. So we were really relating.
With
We were
the
relating to
chanting
that.
was
I know.
wonderful. So, and tonight is going to be such a wonderful evening. After our program here, of course, we have Herein Lies the Peace of God with Jacqueline and Glen.
Oh, I know. It's going to be a really good. It's going to be one of those trifecta Sundays, where there's a theme. Well, there's always a theme, but there's it's going to be a lot of Yolanda today, a lot of me today, a lot of Jackie today.
Yeah, it's going to be great.
It's going to be wonderful.
And so stay tuned. Let's do our sing along.
Back to the first time. You know this one. Sing along with
Let
us.
things be.
I let things be
Exactly as they are.
exactly as they are.
You can't change me.
You can't change me.
And you can't change God.
And you can't change God.
Let things be.
I let things be
Exactly as they are.
exactly as they are.
And you and me.
So you and me
will live in peace.
we live in peace.
Well, I don't know.
I don't know
what anything is for.
what anything is for
Unless I listen to that still small voice.
I have a still small voice
telling me.
It's telling me
this simple truth. That everything is for
everything
my
is
good.
for my good. Come on.
So let things be.
I let things be
Exactly as they are.
exactly as they are.
You can't change me.
You can't change me.
And you can't change God.
And you can't change God.
Let things be.
I let things be
Exactly as they are.
exactly as they are.
And you and me.
You and me
will live in peace.
we live in peace.
And now it's my favorite verse.
Ready?
I'm not this body.
I'm not this body
that you see.
that you see.
Although it is voluptuous and beautiful.
I know a handsome devil.
I am as God.
I am as God.
created me.
God created me.
We are all.
We are all
one family.
one family.
And it's possible.
Yes, it's possible.
To live in
It's possible to live in peace.
So let things be.
Bring it home. Let things be
Exactly as they are.
exactly as they are.
You can't change me.
You can't change me.
And you can't
Ready?
change
No, you can't change God.
Let things be.
I let things be
Exactly as they are.
exactly as they are.
And you and me.
You and me
will live in peace.
we live in peace. Kumbaya.
Woo, we
Sing
got a
along
little
moment.
harmony.
Kumbaya. We haven't done
was funny.
Kumbaya.
We have
really.
never done
We've never
Kumbaya.
Kumbaya. We haven't done
We
Kumbaya.
should, we'll do Kumbaya one
I
of
know,
these
maybe we'll
times.
have to do the sing along as
Yeah,
Kumbaya.
that'll be fun. Well, thank you everybody for being here and on the radio. And as we like to do, we like to start with the lesson, the workbook lessons.
Because we're Course Miracles folks, right?
Right,
That's
right.
like our thing.
Yeah.
I teach on the Course Miracles twice a week, and we have a group, and you're welcome to join it if you'd like, or just to audit. We do it every year, so January is a really good time to join because we start at the beginning every year. So if you want to do hit Yolanda at yolanda.net, we'll send you an invite.
Yeah.
But because what's interesting about the Course Miracles, and I say this every week, but it never ceases to become interesting, the lessons and the texts go together. They
do.
actually are kind of designed to be worked together. So if you can read the course and do the lessons, if you read 12.8 pages a week, and these things coordinate and they complement each other.
They do.
Right. But and remember, in the way these things work, that the lessons came first. She channeled the lessons
came first? I didn't realize that.
First, and then the text.
Oh, interesting.
Is that fun?
Yeah, I did not know that. Huh. Oh, cool. Okay, well that makes a little missent.
No mistake.
No mistake. Thanks, Cutting. Yeah.
So so let's go back a few days.
Yeah.
Today's 310. Let's go back a few days to 307.
Yeah. Okay. So this is glorious. Lesson 307. Conflicting wishes cannot be my will.
Yeah.
Father, your will is mine and only that.
Period.
There is no other will for me to have.
Period. I know.
Let me try not to make another will, for it is senseless and will cause me pain.
Uh-huh. So what happens when you make another? What happens when you go against your better nature? When you go against your own nature?
Yeah, I think of it as my intuition. Like I really, you know.
When you don't listen to the voice
know.
that likes you.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't listen to your intuition. You don't develop the trust you have, or we have, for what is real and what is true.
Right.
So conflicting wishes cannot be my will. I cannot want to both, to suffer and to get healing, and my actions will prove what I'm trying to accomplish, because that's what will happen, right?
Yeah.
Conflicting wishes cannot be my will. Okay, so 308.
This instant is the only time there is.
I know. So she follows it up with conflicting wishes cannot be my will, and she moves into this instant is the only time there is. Right. So what would you want to focus on? What would you want to focus on? Being here so you can make a good decision.
Oh, that's true.
Right?
Yeah, that's good. That's
So it's
good.
like, oh, why does this lesson come after that lesson? Because she wants you to examine the choices why you do things, and what you're about, and whether or not you're moving in the direction that you believe you are. You're consciously we make conscious choices and we make unconscious choices.
Truly.
More present we are, the more conscious choices that we make. This instant is the only time there is. If I've conceived of a time in such a way that I defeat my aim, right?
Oh, that's what we do without.
I've conceived of time. It's not helpful.
Yeah.
Right. So there we are. Which says, so get present.
And then the next lesson. Oh God, that was
right?
good. I will not fear to look within today.
What's the main reason why you aren't present?
You don't want to. I don't want to look within. I'm scared.
Because I'm scared to look within.
Right. But the first line is, within me is eternal innocence, because it is God's will that it be there forever and ever.
And so we're gonna focus a lot on, or focus somewhat on innocence today, right? Within me, in the lesson, within me
is eternal innocence.
Eternal innocence.
And so that's not only me, but you and you
and
and
I live
everyone that we don't like.
And so we say, I will not fear to look within today. Right? I'm not afraid of the truth, of finding out how God made me, or how this is what reality is. I'm not afraid to find out. Although this is an affirmation, because it's not actually true for me yet, right? Because we're saying it to make it true so we can experience it. I believe it because I'm going to try to prove this is true. All right.
Oh gosh, this is so gorgeous.
So we get to 310.
Which is today. And it says, in fearlessness and love I spend today. Fearlessness and love.
Oh no.
Going together, Love leads the way. And it paves the way for fearlessness, It's like,
this day, my Father, I would spend with you as I have chosen all my days.
You have chosen all my days should be. Yeah.
And that's truth. That's the truth. The truth is we are only ever with what is. We're only ever in the truth. We aren't separate. That isn't the thing. This day I will always be spending with you, because I spend it with reality, and you're a part of reality.
Yeah.
You're within. You're the innocence that's within me. We're the innocence that is within us.
You know
we
what?
Spend this day
together, you and I,
she
and
says.
all the world joins with us in our song of thankfulness and joy to Him who gave salvation to us and who set us free. We are restored to peace and holiness. There is no room in us for fear today, for we have welcomed love into our hearts.
Our hearts. This is an our thing. This is a we thing.
Exactly.
It's an us thing. It's a unity thing.
Exactly.
It's an all of all.
Exactly. And as Cindy likes to say, which I like to say too, I love we, or we love us. I love us is what she likes. I love us. Yeah, I love us. Cute. That's what she likes to say. Oh gosh, how wonderful that truth is. So let's do some breathing, and
let's get in this holy instant.
yeah, let's get in this holy instant. Right here, in fearlessness and love I spend today. Here we go. What joyous words. In fearlessness and love I spend today. Today, together with you here in this sanctuary, we co-create this amazing circle of unconditional love that includes everything. Everything that we like and everything that we do not like. And we recognize this in our communities and in our country and our world, and we send out this vibration of healing. In fearlessness and love do I spend today. And we know forgiveness is the key to happiness. Blessed be. And so it is. Hare Om Tat Sat, Hare Om Tat Sat, Hare Om Tat Sat. Forgiveness is the key to happiness. Hare Om Tat Sat, Hare Om Tat Sat, Hare Om Tat Sat. Forgiveness is the key to love. Hare Om Tat Sat, Hare Om Tat Sat, Hare Om Tat Sat. Forgiveness is the key to happiness. Hare Om Tat Sat, Hare Om Tat Sat, Hare Om Tat Sat. Forgiveness is the key to love. Here is your answer to your search for peace. Here is the meaning in a world that makes no sense. Here is your way to safety when danger appears. Here are all your questions answered. Hare Om Tat Sat, Hare Om Tat Sat, Hare Om Tat Sat. Forgiveness is the key to happiness. Hare Om Tat Sat, Hare Om Tat Sat, Hare Om Tat Sat. Forgiveness is the key to love. The way of peace is the way of love. Love is the greatest power on earth. It transforms all things. It transforms all things. The way of peace is the way of love. Love is the greatest power on earth. It transforms all things. It transforms all things. The way of peace is the way of love. Transforms
knows all things. Hare Om Tat Sat. Hare Om Tat Sat. Hare Om Tat Sat. Forgiveness is the key to happiness. Hare Om Tat Sat. Hare Om Tat Sat. Hare Om Tat Sat. Forgiveness is the key to love. Hare Om Tat Sat. Hare Om Tat Sat. Hare Om Tat Sat. Forgiveness is the key to love. Hare Om Tat Sat. Hare Om Tat Sat. Hare Om Tat Sat. Forgiveness is the key to love. Hare Om Tat Sat. Hare Om Tat Sat. Hare Om Tat Sat. Forgiveness is the key to love. Hare Om Tat Sat. Hare Om Tat Sat. Hare Om Tat Sat. Forgiveness is the key to love.
Yay.
Oh, thank you, Connie. Thank you, Connie.
We really like that.
Yeah.
Really like that. Peace
Feels
Program was
good.
really inspiring to us when
Yeah.
Yolanda and I went through seminary. And,
Oh, yeah.
So it's really a big influence.
Yeah, and isn't it remarkable that that she's such an influence on Regina? I think that's really remarkable. And I was looking at her at the Peace Pilgrims pictures, and have you ever noticed how much Regina and the Peace Pilgrim look alike? It's very interesting. It's very interesting. So wow, it's just a joy to be here, and today we're going to talk about chapter 27.
Yeah, chapter 27. Chapter 27 is called The Healing of the Dream. So what the theme, or like what she is talking about here, is how to build healthy groups. The healing of the dream. Okay, she's not saying that the world, she wants you to understand that the world is a reflection of our beliefs, and therefore it's a dream. And so what would the healing of the dream be? The healing of the dream is stop participating in dysfunction and begin to be working with what is and true, no matter what we're looking at. Right? No matter what's happening. No matter what injury seems to be befolding, what tragedy seems to be befolding before our very eyes. Right.
Well, this is interesting because I don't know. This is very meaningful to you today. I mean, you were having.
Well, this I don't know about you, but I have a tendency to study and learn what I need to do, and I'm like. It's all for me. Like, I teach it so I learn it.
Oh yeah.
Right. I'm participating in it and in this lesson, and going through A Course in Miracles because this healing works.
Yeah.
Because it has integrity, and I can look at my life and see where I have improved my skills at making better decisions, so that my experience is one of truth and joy and beauty and togetherness and those kind of things. But that also reflects still a few of I'm still living in the dream where there are a few beliefs that are still coming up for me.
Yeah.
Well,
it's
and
ever unfolding. We keep discovering.
I like integral theory. So in integral theory, there's this concept that I know you've heard of, It's the notion. It's called spiral dynamics, but it's the notion that you grow and touch on the same lessons again and again and again from like a kind of a different level, a different like perspective. You kind of meet the same idea again and again. It's like your life's work or like life themes. We have themes to our lives.
Yeah,
it's called
we do.
spiral dynamics. We grow up by revisiting these themes in our life again. So one of those themes, my life, we've identified many of them around here. The big one we always talk about is how the I am bad belief is manifest. And those it could be the themes around how I manifest in my world, in my dream, where I can see I believe that I believe the negative, that I'm separate and I can't have what I want, and that people have to get me for no other reason than I'm me, right? Makes no sense. But that doesn't mean that I'm not experiencing the feeling.
Right.
That wet blanket feeling of being excluded, picked on, and bullied. That doesn't exclude the feeling. So what do you do? What happens when you know you're wrong, right? Because you're upset. I say that all the time. I'm wrong because I'm upset. So like, what do you do if this is an institution? What do you do if it's your job, or it's your church, or it's your friend group, or it's whatever, you're in society. We live in a society. What happens when this is more of a group dynamic and a healthy group and healthy individuals that make up healthy groups? So what if we're talking about how a healthy group is organized and actually treats its members in other groups?
That's awesome.
Right. So
and
the healing of the dream is this work with ourselves as members of larger groups and institutions, and how those institutions affect us and other like larger institutions as in this greater sort of joining that's happening.
Well, and you know what? So since we've been regularly hanging out with y'all here in the sanctuary, I mean, this has come up big for us. I mean, because there's been such healing. We've had such healing in our lives
group,
through this particular group. So, it's exciting to kind of share this today, I think. And
this is called the fear. This is we're on section 2. We're going to spend a couple weeks here about how one works in an institution and how one works in a group. And this is called the fear of healing.
Right.
And identity. We often, and we're going to talk about this a little bit more, but think about identities and how we think about ourselves as groups, and how we define ourselves as individuals, who we say we are as individuals, and what that says about our membership in groups and things like that. So this is called the fear of healing, and it's from this Healing of the Dream, chapter 27. This is the first couple of paragraphs here. So why don't you read what I've got highlighted?
I will,
there.
but I want to also encourage folks that, to chime in.
We like interaction.
If you have anything to say.
Yeah, so if I wasn't clear
because sometimes we get ahead of ourselves.
We do. Skip the page. That's not what she said, right?
So,
okay,
here we go.
Read what we got.
Okay, this is starts off with a bang.
I know.
It really
generally
does. Start off with a bang.
Oh, I know. So take a deep breath because she's going to say this.
Is healing frightening? To many, yes. For accusation is a bar to love, and damaged bodies are accusers. Who has been injured by his brother and could love and trust him still? And if you forgive him his transgressions, you but add to all the guilt that he has really earned. Oh, God. The unhealed cannot pardon, for they are the witnesses that pardon is unfair. Good cannot be returned for evil, for forgiveness does not first establish sin and then forgive it.
Okay, so this she gives you the other paradigm.
Okay.
Healing is frightening, right? So my hurt is proof that
you are bad. Yeah, got it.
That you're bad, that you're awful because you did this thing, and I got the scars to prove it.
Oh, wasn't that in the meditation this morning with
That's
Michael DeForest?
Yes,
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, it was really, it's
really,
been on really good.
I've been studying this lesson for for a while now,
and it's been on your heart.
It's been really really is happening in my life.
It's happening
so
in
healing
your life,
healing is frightening because I need my identity to be a good person, so I need you to be a bad person so I can prove that I'm a good person. So now I must be protected from you, right? And now our relationship is broken because of what you did or what I did or what it said or everything like that. Now, and pardon is unfair, but because I'm the better person, I'm going to forgive you and just look beyond this, That just that doesn't actually work, That just makes you more angry.
Exactly. I was going to say that's a stuffing.
It's a stuffing
mechanism.
It's not a thing. So we're making it worse. We're not in the moment, right? Let me come to this moment so I can make a better decision. No, the conflict, she points out, is making sin real and then forgiving it actually makes no sense. If you want to get along with another person, you want to heal your relationships with the group, you want to understand how you could function better. The thing you don't do really is to make one person or one thing the embodiment of what is bad.
Right. Oh my goodness, yes.
Right. Making sin real and then forgiving it
makes no sense.
So somebody's wrong, you humiliate them, you make them, or whatever, and then it's like, okay, now everything's okay because No, that doesn't promote healthy groups.
Right.
Okay, and our group's healing, our joining is healing. So this group and our beliefs are even kind of a meta way of reflecting our own beliefs as a group.
Yeah.
So it's beautiful way of understanding what we believe and the way we treat others and the way we treat ourselves and we treat others inside of an institution or inside of a group. So read what I've highlighted for this next couple.
I will go back to the room and see if
how we doing.
Any questions?
Pretty good.
All right, here we go.
Oh no.
Okay, so the next part is the sick remain accusers.
Oh,
right. No, I get that. I totally get that.
Yeah,
this is
a lot of
really
button pushing. If you have chronic illnesses and things like that, this can be kind of button pushing. But if you remember that our bodies are all material things. So what is sick and what we see is sick and broken and worthless or damaged or whatever like that is actually our opinion of what something is. And so sick is the condition of a material thing. Sick is not a reality. Sick isn't reality. Sick can't be real. So sick is already, we're talking about an object in the condition of an object.
Right.
So that's not us.
Right. Okay.
So if you have a chronic condition, your body, your learning device experiences a chronic condition, this can be kind of triggering. So listen to what she's saying here. To witness sin and yet forgive it is a paradox that reason cannot see.
Where did you see
so
that?
That's just the first sentence.
Yeah,
So keep going, sweetie.
Okay. So the sick remain accusers. They cannot forgive their brothers and themselves as well. For no one in whom true forgiveness rests can suffer.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Forgiveness cannot be for one and not the other. Who forgives is healed. Forgiveness is not real unless it brings a healing to your brother and yourself. You must attest his sins have no effect on you to demonstrate they are not real.
I want you to say that again because it's really unusual. Read that sentence.
Forgiveness is not real unless it brings a healing to your brother and yourself. Yeah.
Because healing would be the recognition of the truth. You must attest his sins have no effect on you
to demonstrate they are not real.
Demonstrate
they are not
that
real.
You're not the material thing that is being damaged. Pretty wild.
In their undoing lies the proof that they are merely errors. There we go. Let yourself be healed that you may be forgiving, offering salvation to your brother and yourself.
That's another definition of forgiveness, isn't it? Offering salvation to your brother and yourself.
Yeah.
Okay, she's asking us to really be able to quickly identify the broken world paradigm. Right? I'm bad, you're bad, we're competing. We suffer from resistance and holding on. Right? We have a tendency to keep score. Even subtly, even unconsciously. Last time you did this, and this is that,
Oh yeah. I mean, even you and I,
Suddenly,
I've wrestled with that.
unconsciously,
Yeah,
try to keep score. And healing as correction is the understanding and the action of sin is impossible.
Yeah.
And if someone's like off, if we're needing of forgiveness, that brings that's the whole paradigm of the broken world.
Right.
Somebody needs forgiveness. Somebody needs it. Offer salvation to you and your and our errors.
Yeah.
We're making the mistake. We're making it. Right?
I love this note that you wrote. Let yourself be healed.
Let yourself be healed that you may be forgiving.
Yeah. Offering salvation
That's
to
why I
your
wanted
brother
to
and
sing,
yourself.
let things be exactly
as they are. Yeah.
Because this isn't broken. We aren't broken. You aren't broken. People don't need to be fixed. We need to be healed because we don't see things as they are.
Right.
I don't see your happiness as connected to mine. That's causes me suffering. And then I take it out on you because you're making this happen to my body in which I'm identified with, and you're causing these feelings in me that I don't like,
And it's not you causing the feelings, it's you causing the
right.
feelings. Yeah, exactly.
Right. I'm see, there's the paradigm. It's like I'm not reality anymore. I'm not here anymore.
And what we've seen we've had an amazing week, y'all. And we've just seen an incredible demonstration of, love poured out to us. And we're so grateful for it. And it really was this exchange of their happiness was, they saw our happiness as their happiness. And I
know.
I'm so blessed.
I know.
And I want to say hi to George because George just...
Hi, George. Glad you're here. All right. So this is just to back up a little bit. We're talking about healing the dream, healing the world that we operate in, the paradigm that we think is, because we think healing is frightening because we have identity in our own suffering.
Right.
And we have identity. I have my identity based on your bad. My identity is wrapped around the fact that you're bad.
Oh, God.
Or I'm bad and you have to punish, is whatever this is, right? It's probably a combination of a lot of these things. And this I am bad belief manifests in all kinds of ways. And she says this is the broken world.
Right.
And you can see past it if you'll catch yourself from needing to keep score, and that you want to be correct so that you're healed. So if you could just let go, stop resisting, stop making and reaching, then I can let myself be healed, which actually lets me be in the moment, which makes me better decisions. So then I'm joining this. It's just not so much effort anymore.
Yeah.
It becomes a natural way of, because we're good at it, actually. So read this next bit.
Okay. A miracle of healing proves that separation is without effect. What you would prove to him, you will believe. Oh, just like to your brother or something? Okay. What you would prove to him, you will believe. Right. The power of witness comes from your belief.
No.
And everything you say or do or think but testifies to what you teach to him.
Oh, I know. So be careful when you tell somebody off. Really. If you really have the desire to tell somebody off and give them a piece of your mind and everything like that, be very, very, very careful of, what those words are and what you're telling. We often tell on ourselves when we do that.
Oh, that's good. Yes. Okay.
The witness to our beliefs. Who's the witness to our beliefs? Well, how, the material world, the sickness of the material world, right? Our injury and suffering are proof of this belief that we have been injured, right? And we teach others what we believe about ourselves
right.
by how we treat other people and all this other stuff. We're seeing that, right? It's projection. We understand the basics of that, but to see it, not get upset about it, but not participate in what you see it, because she says you're innocent. we are seeing innocence, she says, or we're not seeing at all. Either we're seeing ourselves in this other person, even we're seeing what the divinity in ourselves, the namaste, in another, or we're not seeing at all. And she goes, you want to, and this healing is this correct seeing. Our injury and our suffering is proof that we believe ourselves to be bodies and material things, and your beliefs can affect my reality.
Right.
That's the paradigm.
Exactly.
I'm saying, yeah, that's true.
Right.
So that's my experience, and that's what I teach. So that's going to be my experience. It's hard to get out of, which is why we're doing this as a group.
Right.
Which is why this is a group dynamic.
It is
thing,
a group dynamic.
Which is why we are awakening together.
Yeah.
And it's not called awakening in bootstraps. Right? It's just,
Awakening by yourself. In
awakening
your
by
own
your
little room.
bootstraps. Right? So,
oh goodness.
So read this next bit.
Okay.
This is like so.
This is lovely. Oh, this is so lovely, y'all. Brother, there is no death.
Period.
And this you learn when you but wish to show your brother that you had no hurt of him. He thinks your blood is on his hands, and so he stands condemned. Yet it is given you to show him by your healing that his guilt is but the fabric of a senseless dream. I'm like, whoa.
That's big, though.
Oh.
And for me, this I can't do this all the time. Not yet.
Yeah, I know.
Not yet.
I understand. I get
Brother, she says, there is no death. Says, don't worry about all these feelings you got in your body and you think you're going to be that way forever, and these feelings are going to destroy you. That's not going to happen.
It's not going to happen.
And this you learn when you want for your brother what you want for yourself.
Right.
Now, that's always true, but to be consciously wanting for your brother.
I like how she words it. You
had
wish
no hurt of him.
Yeah. You wish to show your brother that you have no hurt of him.
You didn't hurt me.
Yeah, you didn't hurt me. Yeah.
So this is the miracle of healing. That healing our minds actually heals the world.
Yeah.
Right. And she says we hear a powerful call, and we will answer this powerful call. Either we will answer the call of death and guilt, right, which is the call of the material world. You're finite. It's, you're a body. You're decaying. Or healing and joining.
Right.
This is the dream. This is the participation in the dream. Healing the dream. Healing the dream allows us to see what is. So the joining becomes, and this all becomes art. That's what I always say.
Yeah.
After you see it, and you can do this, the miracle of the healing is our minds, our institution, our group, my world, who I spend my time with, what these people that are walking to God with me. We heal the world because we're healing me, and I'm healing us. We're healing us. Let's read this next bit.
Your healing saves him pain as well as you.
I'm getting ahead of myself. All right?
Your healing saves him pain as well as you. And you are healed because you wished him well.
There we are.
That's amazing. This is the law the miracle obeys, that healing sees no specialness at all.
And in this paragraph, she goes, what you have a tendency to do is confuse love and pity.
Right. Okay.
Okay. Love is, may all beings be happy. And you mean it. May all beings be happy.
Yeah.
But pity? Pity is a paradigm in which there's a hierarchy of virtue and goodness. Some people are better than others. Two legs are better than four, or four legs, whatever the thing. So this hierarchy. So seeing your own pity as a hierarchy of virtue and goodness, and not really wanting to live from that place, not want to take an action from that.
Right.
Not that you don't feel it, because you do feel it. I do feel it. But not taking action on it, on that belief, to try to make it true so that action happens, the suffering after that. because then there's clinging, and it's got to be a certain way, and then you have to work for it, and then there's reaching and earning and all of that. It becomes a hierarchy. Be careful of love and pity when you're working with forgiveness and healing, and especially when someone is chronic or they're sick. That pity is not what is being asked of us,
because pity puts you into the specialness area. Got it. Yep.
Both of you. Right.
Right.
So
That's
read
cool.
this next bit.
Okay. Let's see if anybody has
Here we go.
comments. Oh, there's
All
some
right, cool.
comments.
Yay.
Hi, everyone.
George is
It's
here.
George. Yay.
Okay.
Okay. The cost of your serenity is his.
And she has
Yeah.
cost.
Yeah, in
so she's
quotation.
not trying to get.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the cost of your serenity is his. This is the price the Holy Spirit and the world interpret differently. The world perceives it as a statement of the fact that your salvation sacrifices his. As long as he consents to suffer, you will be unhealed. Show him your healing, and he will consent no more to suffer. Now that's interesting.
Yeah. So this is a cost. So she goes, do the cost analysis.
Okay.
Working for everyone's happiness and innocence actually ensures that is my experience. So what's the fastest way for my happiness?
Yeah.
Work
to make
for
sure
yours.
you're happy. Yeah.
And what's the quickest way to my innocence? To make sure that I'm acting on yours.
Knowing that you're innocent.
Right,
Yeah.
right. So healing is for myself
Self
and it's for others, because there aren't others. So my experience of this material world inside of this, the dream, right? We're trying to heal the dream.
Right.
And so she says, laughter will replace your sighs because God's Son remembered that he's God's Son.
Right. There you go.
So there's the notion we like to say around Course in Miracles, we forgot to laugh.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know about you, but when you were little, we had this in when I was in elementary school. He goes, ha ha ha, that was so funny, I forgot to laugh. Do you remember that? Ha ha, so funny, I forgot to laugh. So it's like that's how serious you are with how I get when I'm like looking at my own errors and not like I don't want healing, I want to be right. I want to suffer. I want this. Yeah.
Oh gosh,
I
honey,
forgot to laugh.
I'm so feeling you right now. It's just been such an interesting week. Okay.
There we are.
Yeah.
It's actually, you say the cost analysis means that you're going to lose if you're nice to this person. The cost analysis is actually you're get happier faster if you'll do it this way. But
so
you can do it. You can do it the other way if you want to.
Yeah. Who then fears healing?
Oh, here we are.
Who then fears healing? Only those to whom their brother's sacrifice and pain are seen to represent their own serenity.
Oh, no.
Oh, so I can be at peace if you're not in peace.
That's the way my peace is.
That's where my peace. Their helplessness and weakness represents the grounds on which they justify his pain. Dang.
Okay, the need to oppose and resist.
Right,
My identity is locked up in you being a bad person, or whatever.
Right.
And so this is transactional happiness.
Right.
This means that it's happiness and getting my way and having fulfillment. Everything is rare and it's fleeting. I have to work really hard at it, and it might probably not happen. I don't want to live that world. I don't want to try to prove that to be true.
Right.
I don't need there to be an opposition to me. I don't need to be overcoming obstacles all the time.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Please, could I get in the habit of like, oh my God, more obstacles, please. But I see I'm doing it, and the quicker I can take responsibility for that I'm doing it, and not think that the obstacles are you. Or the world, or the shape, or the condition of a material object, like my body, maybe. We could look at it.
Yeah.
Because I don't like my feelings. I don't like the way I'm feeling. I don't like what's going on. I don't like the state of my material existence. Right. So read this next bit. 10 of 13. We're almost there.
Yeah. Your brother's sins become the central target for correction, lest your errors and his own be seen as one. Yours are mistakes, but his are sins, and not the same as yours. Special, special. His merit punishment, while yours, in fairness, should be overlooked.
I know. And the other thing that you will notice in these kind of situations, in group dynamics and things like that, there's often a double standard.
Yeah, okay.
The leader or the one person or some other person doesn't have to obey the same rules that everybody else has to obey. It's a double standard. And that doesn't create healthy groups. That creates this back and forth and separation and things like that. Your brother's sins become the central target for correction. This is all wrong because of this person isn't doing things a certain way. Catch ourselves in the double standard, and so we can begin to be present, so we can make decisions where our healing is and where correction can actually be made, and not reinforcing error and the dynamics of error and figuring things out and correcting and all of this. So let's read the next bit.
The focus of correction has been placed outside yourself on one who cannot be a part of you while this perception lasts. To this remaining half, the Holy Spirit must represent the other half until you recognize it is the other half. And this he does by giving you and him a function that is one, not different. Yeah.
Right. That's the method. We are one. We can act like it. And what we were talking about earlier, remember, in each situation, in all things, if everything's working together for your good, then everybody, in all situations, all the time, has the goal of your peace and healing in it.
Every situation, there's a blessing somewhere.
Go ahead.
Correction is the function given both, but neither one alone.
Both people.
Yeah. And when it is fulfilled as shared, it must correct mistakes in you and him.
Right, because it's us. It's healing healing the child of our relationship, which is the manifestation of the joining. Correction as healing. No one is above or beyond healing. Oh, that's not for me. I'm just so far gone. Or this person is so far gone. We share a purpose. We share a goal. We share an intent. We share awakening. We share healing. We can support the healing and awakening in each other if we would. And it's about seeing ourselves as innocent, seeing others as innocent. There's nothing to forgive. We're all walking home.
I see that here in our Assembly of Equals.
So read this
the last bit is, here is the function given it, conceived to be its own, capital O, okay, and not apart from that its giver, capital G, keeps because it has been shared. In his acceptance of this function lies the means whereby your mind is unified.
Means to the unified mind.
His single purpose unifies the halves of you that you perceive as separate, and each forgives the other, that he may accept his other half as part of him.
Our function is to unify our mind, accept our brother as ourselves, because that is the truth. And that is healing. So, I'm Reverend Glen Ganaway.
Yes, you are.
Your favorite anarchist preacher. This
Yes,
is the
you
love
are.
of my life.
Hi.
Reverend Yolanda. And you're at the Mighty Companions Hour.
Yeah, I know.
What is our final song, sweetie?
Okay, I mean, this is one of my faves, the Waheguru dance mix. So here we go.
Oh, I know. Let's see.
We are blessed. We are blessed. We are blessed. We are expression of the greatest of the greatest. The sacred mystery that eliminates the darkness from our minds. And turns us toward the light of love. We are blessed with this glorious journey. Waheguru Ji ki fateh fateh. Waheguru Ji khal khalsa. Waheguru Ji ki fateh fateh. is well with my soul. I have confidence in who I am. We live to tell our stories together. I have confidence in who we are. Guruji Kao Kausa, Guruji Ki Fateh Fateh, Guruji Kao Kausa, Guruji Ki Fateh Fateh, Guruji Kao Kausa, Guruji Ki Fateh Fateh, Guruji Kao Kausa, Guruji Ki Fateh Fateh. Listen to the voice that likes you. She will tell you we are one. So let us dance into the oneness together. With confidence in who we are. The light in you sees the light in me. We shine together in glory. Guruji Kao Kausa, Guruji Ki Fateh Fateh, Guruji Kao Kausa, Guruji Ki Fateh Fateh, Guruji Kao Kausa, Guruji Ki Fateh Fateh, Guruji Kao Kausa, Guruji Ki Fateh Fateh. Fateh Fateh, Guruji Kao Kausa, Guruji Ki Fateh Fateh, Guruji Kao Kausa, Guruji Ki Fateh Fateh, Guruji Kao Kausa, Guruji Ki Fateh Fateh.
All right, everybody.
Thanks for joining
you
us.
for joining us, and we'll see you next time.